Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Now, this is a live chat I wasn't quite expecting, but we've got Jacob. So he's just there, and he's just going to. There we go. We've got everyone good on these now. Well, we've got me good on these as well. And we're waiting for Jacob. And good evening, everybody. Hello.
Hey.
Is that one of your dogs I see there?
Yeah, it's my dog. I have a dog.
Well, that's why you call dog Dad. Oh, look at that. And a cat. Mine are all asleep somewhere. I don't know where they've gone. Oh.
Yeah. Well, a couple of mine are sleeping and the rest are getting in the middle of this.
Jacob, can you just move a little bit because the sound's not too good?
Yeah. Can you hear me better now?
That's better. That's much better. It was just cutting out a little bit. So,
okay.
Right. You've been having an interesting time.
Yeah, it's been rough.
So tell everyone about it.
Well, I've been suffering some severe panic disorder. A lot of it is related to the stuff going on social media. I just I can't get on social media for one day without having people messaging me 100 times, like profile's mine. If this profile's mine, they're just continuously sending me profiles that have my photos, and they're always like, one thing I don't understand is why a lot of the women kind of don't just read the message and then use more common sense, because like the words that they use, like they usually don't speak proper sentences, or the stuff that they would say seems very off. And you would think, like, why would somebody who is attractive like be just reaching out to any woman possible on the internet?
I mean, let's be honest about this, Jacob, because
Yeah.
at the moment I've got somebody that's just sent me a friend request on Facebook. It's not using you, but it's using somebody about your age, right?
Yeah.
So let's be honest, to all the women out there, why the hell would somebody your age stop past my profile and say, I really want to get to know you better? It is common sense.
Yeah, it is.
Can't be true.
Yeah.
And I wish people would just look and use that common sense.
That's what bothers me. That common sense is very, just not as common as you would think.
No, it's not.
And the reason is, like, so, I'm not body shaming. Everyone's built the way they are, but typically the women that message me, they find my real profile somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always find my real profile. They're like, "Why'd you block me?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, well, you're talking on WhatsApp or Hangout. Like, never was I talking to you on anything like that. And then they start cussing at me, acting like I'm like, all of a sudden. I'm like,
but Jacob, what I don't get, another thing that I don't get, is they can find you after.
yeah.
So they've been talking to you for a while, and
right.
They've been talking to a scammer using you for a while.
Right.
Then the scammer gets a bit sick of them, and so then the scammer, blocks them, and then they find you.
Yep.
Now, that's another thing about scams that I don't quite understand, is the fact that if you're talking to a stranger, why not check out who the stranger is?
Right.
If they can find you after, they can find you before.
Right. And so what I've done is, like, I reached about a month or 2 months ago, I a private finally. I never did that because I was trying.
You're breaking up again, Jake.
Can you hear me?
I can, and then it sort of goes, but I can hear you now, yeah.
Okay. Basically, like, I made my profile private about a month or 2 months ago, and it was probably the best thing I could have ever done. I mean, it is ridiculous how many, now every day when I check my follow requests, I'd say about 99% of them are fake profiles.
Yes.
So I can't even imagine right now how many of my 27,000 followers are fake.
Yeah.
And I just don't have the energy or the time to sit there and go through all of them and block and delete. Um, but since I've made my profile private, I mean, almost 99% of the profiles that want to follow me are fake profiles.
And that's awful. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, let's face it. Let's put a lot of this blame on Instagram, Jake.
Oh yeah. I mean,
You know,
Instagram's
come.
terrible. I don't know any other app that lets this kind of stuff go on. Like I keep getting messages sent to me with like TikTok profiles that are using my videos and photos right now, and I haven't had TikTok in like 3 months. I deleted the app.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
there's like a TikTok profile now with like 5,000 followers using my videos, and I have no way to
not
report
yet.
it, get rid of
No,
it. And,
no, you can't on the.
right, so they're like giving their number out, which is a WhatsApp number, to all these 5,000 women, and God knows how many of them are giving them money or doing whatever. And then eventually they find my real like Facebook profile or my Instagram, because Jacob Paul, you can search that, and if
Yeah.
somebody has more followers than the average person, usually they pop up.
Yeah.
So then they find my profiles and they like start accusing me of trying to back out on them or dodge them or quit. Like they act like I had been making them fall in love, and then now I just want nothing to do with them. So then they get mad and start cussing me out and sending me mean messages, and I'm just like, you guys need to just get a grip. Like,
Now, let me say, you know, let me say about normal people. I know that you have a social life,
yeah.
and I know you like getting out and about, and I know you like socializing with people. So why would you be looking for women online when you can get out and about with real people?
Right. I mean, I have no issues meeting women in real life, and
Yeah.
so I do have a Tinder account, but it's verified. So I created that
Yeah.
recently because I haven't been going out as much.
No.
But like, so people send me messages all the time, like my face in a Tinder account, but it's like in states that I don't live in. So
Yeah.
and like, my face is on dating apps all over the country right now. Um,
All over the world, Jay. Not just
exactly.
the country. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically I do have a Tinder account, but it's in St. Louis, Missouri area. So
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not scared to say my location. I am in Missouri. So if people see my name on any app, dating app outside of Missouri,
It's
or even,
not.
or even if it says Missouri, there's a chance it's not me. So I don't want people to just be thinking it's me if the scammers hear me and put Missouri on there,
Yeah.
because I'm never gonna just meet somebody on Tinder and be like, "Here's my phone number, text me." I'd rather talk there. I mean,
You're also not going to meet somebody on Tinder from the other side of the country or the world.
right, right, yeah. I mean, it's not possible because like Tinder only gives you people in your local area.
It does, but they use fake
Yeah,
names
exactly.
and things, don't
And,
they? So, you know.
and with Instagram profiles, like it's very easy to pick out a fake profile. I mean, like literally, it's the easiest thing in the world, and that's why I don't understand why so many women can fall for this, because literally you can look at a profile, it's got under 20, 30 followers, it's following a ton of people. They just started posting pictures within the last 24 hours or
And then they've either got one or two or 10. But the 10, if you go down to the 10th, that was
right,
posted yesterday, and the other ones have all been
yeah,
posted
and
since.
people like literally just accept those follow requests, start talking to them like it's a real person.
Yeah.
And it's sad, but it appears that it's really never going to stop. Um, what
No,
I've
because it's too easy.
Yeah, what I have noticed is that since I made my Instagram profile private, I haven't gotten as many messages about fake profiles.
Yeah.
There's been a few, but not as many. I think the ones that are getting reported and banned, maybe they're using other guys' profiles. I'd say about every day I get about 50 or 60 follow requests that are actually men, that are fake men profiles, like profile would be fake. They're requesting to follow me, and I'm
Yeah.
just, these guys are fucking. I'm sorry, these guys I mean, they're stupid. Like, do they
Yeah.
think that like I'm gonna like accept their follow request and then let them steal my pictures? Like, it's crazy. I don't
I would love to know what the answer is. I mean, I'd love to, scamming to stop, but it's not going to.
never.
It's only just going to grow. There's too
And
many people want to do it. It's too easy, and they get too much money.
and something that really bothers me and gives me a lot of anxiety is the fact that I love to travel. I love to
Mhm.
go all over my country, like the United States, and I'm like nervous to travel. I feel like there's so many women in every state in my country that have seen my on dating apps and everything. And what if I cross paths with one of them and they're like, you stole $400 from me or something?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I didn't. And
I
and
mean, in any other walk of life, Jacob, that would sound stupid. You know, I
yeah,
mean, why would you not go to New York? Because you might walk down the street and somebody might come up to you and say, you stole $400 from me. In
right,
any other walk of life, that would be ridiculous.
right. But that's my reality now because my face is being
Yeah.
scam women in every state in this country. So it's like I feel like if no matter where I go, somebody's gonna recognize me, and not in a good way.
Well, you can't stop your life because of them. I know
Yeah,
it's, I mean,
it's
that's just the thing.
something. Yeah, it's just something that contributes to my anxiety. I don't.
It would, because you also would never, let's face it, on a normal time you like to travel. You want to go to somewhere else. So you plan, you look forward to it, you go. You can't do that now because in your head, you are wondering what negative's going to happen to you because of what the scammers have done.
Yeah, and I mean they really don't care if I'm alive or dead. Scammers, like they'll do anything they can to get a.
Jacob, we have military. We've got 4 at least who are deceased, and they
Yeah,
are frequently used, absolutely frequently used. So no, scammers don't care if you're alive or dead. They've got your pictures.
yeah. I
You
mean
know,
they'll do anything for $100. It is crazy.
$100 iTunes card. They'll do it for. I wish
Yeah,
I had the answer, sweetheart. I really do.
yeah.
It's
So I just really don't.
yeah.
I don't get into it, but I just really hope people start using more common sense. Really, the bottom line,
You have
because
sat here and you told everybody, and that's brave. That you can't do anymore. You are
yeah,
telling everybody this is you, and also Jacob, this is a video call.
yeah,
Now, if somebody gets a message from you on WhatsApp, let's say,
right,
they've got them on WhatsApp, and um, they ask sort of, for a video chat, and somebody plays you a video, plays them a video. That's not a video chat. This is a video chat.
that's what I'm saying. Like when women message me and they're like, "We've been talking for months," I'm like, "Oh yeah, well, have you ever video chatted this person?" And they're like, "Well, no," and I'm like, "Well, something sounds wrong there then." Um, I've had a couple of women message me before. They were fake, but something about their profile seemed like there was a chance it could be real. So I said, "Prove you're real." And they're like, "How do you want me to do that?" I said, "Call me on video right now."
Yeah.
And then they'll reply and say, "Oh, that's cool." And I'm like, "You're so stupid." And then I just block.
Yeah.
It's just like people. If people would use the advantage of cell phones, which we have videos on them, if
Yeah,
people,
and they don't break. The camera doesn't break.
yeah, you could literally weed out 99% of the scammers just telling them to video call you if they're real.
Yeah, and don't go any further until you've got that proof.
Right. And like I've had women tell me that they've video called with someone pretending to be me and it looked like me. So I don't even know how that's possible.
They play what they do. So they've got a laptop, all right? So they're going to play a video, one of your videos. They've got it your Instagram. They're going to play that. They point the phone at it. So it sort of looks live-ish, And then there's bad reception. Something's gone wrong. There's no two-way interaction with it.
Right.
But what we get all the time is it is him. It was definitely him. I saw him clearly. I saw him move. Now
Right.
there's been no conversation, but it's they've seen the man move, so he must be real. And I don't get that. I don't get how anybody can accept that, because your phone works.
Right. And I mean, if someone asks you a question and you can't answer it through a video call, it's not a real video call.
No.
So, I mean, if like you're sitting talking and say a video of me is saying like a
Yeah.
sentence on a random topic, and then it just cuts off, and then the scammer tries to say something like, "Oh, I got disconnected." You weren't even conversating with the person at all.
No.
So,
But they accept it because they saw you move, and that has got to change.
yeah, it's crazy. I wish that the show Catfish would have taken me up uh, on my
Yeah,
offer.
I do.
They even had a producer call me from Los Angeles, and like I had multiple women message the producer on the cell phone and give them their side of the story from like what like I basically told them send the producer
Yeah.
all the conversations of the fake chat, and they told me they were going to call me back. They never did. So
I don't know. I mean, I would have thought that your case, your story, would have been perfect.
yeah, and I mean it's like I know this happens to so many men on Instagram, so it's not ironic rare for this to happen, but I just think it's rare that my photos are being used on every dating app
Yeah.
in the country, in the world. They're used on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I mean, any dating app you can think of, like my face is on it in every single state.
And yeah, absolutely. And you can search on it. We use a search thingy called Pim Eyes, which picks up every dating site.
Right.
And it can be anywhere. You've got like Chinese dating.
Right.
What would you be doing on Chinese dating?
I don't know a lick of Chinese.
Well, this is it. This is what doesn't make sense to me, because a dating app to me, you're on a dating app. A dating app to me is to meet a date. It
Right.
isn't to meet somebody that's across the world in China
Right.
or from China. A dating app or a dating site is you want a date. Which is a date is to meet somebody.
Yeah, and see, like the girls that have sent me pictures of like their profiles of me in Minnesota.
Move around again. You're cutting out again.
Women
Hey,
send
that's better. That's
yeah,
better.
women send me like pictures of like a profile of me on Tinder in like Wisconsin or Minnesota, and I mean I'm not so much worried because like they're not telling women that they live in Missouri, but they're acting like they're me living in Wisconsin, and
Yes.
I'm wondering what are their intentions with this woman? Like, are they going to meet up with her and do something to her, or are they just trying to get money?
Money. It is just money. It is just simply money. They are sat in hotel rooms. They have, I've watched a documentary tonight where some Nigerians were arrested. They were scamming a lot in Australia. But long story short, they got his phone, this Nigerian's phone, who was doing all the thing, and he had the telephone numbers of 81 women on his phone.
That's
They,
crazy.
the detectives called every woman on that phone, and they were being scammed by this Nigerian. 81 at the same time. So, and you've got Tinder. Come on, Jake, what would it take for Tinder, big organisation, lots of money, to not see that your exact same pictures are used in 100 different
Yeah.
profiles?
So Tinder has this thing now where it's like you get verified on there. Like
Yeah.
you have to do different things, and like then it verifies that you are that person. So my Tinder profile has been verified. But if someone doesn't have like the 2 minutes it takes to verify their profile, then why would you take a chance on that?
And who wouldn't do it? If you were
Right.
genuine and you were going on a dating site, why wouldn't you get verified?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, being verified is one way to secure the fact that
Yeah.
you are not, going to be accused of anything. And I don't really know how well that verification process works because I've actually seen some Tinder women's profiles that say verified,
They
but you
buy
can
them.
tell that the profiles are fabricated.
They have these chat groups on WhatsApp, and the worst ones are Telegram, and they just buy and sell them between them. You can see them verified, Match.com, paid for verified accounts and all sorts. They just sell them. They can do anything because they can pay money for these things. If you're going to pay £100, $100 for something, but you're going to get $5,000 back off the woman, you're going to pay $100.
Right.
So I wish I knew. I wish I knew how it happened, how it happens. I don't know why it does, because to me, and I do this every day, it doesn't make sense. So we've got to get the word out that it's not you, and leave you alone, for heaven's sake.
I feel like as much as I try to get the word out, like it never reaches enough people. And like I've noticed, like, I think since I've made my profile private, I've lost like 500 followers. So I don't know if the people that were actually real people or if they were all scammers. They were like, all right, well, I can't, save his pictures anymore. Cause I spent a couple hours one night, going through my followers and kind of blocking a bunch of profiles. But, it just wears me out mentally to do that. It's so stressful.
Yeah, and it as you said before, you can't sit with, what have you got, 27,000? You can't sit with all of those, Jacob. And you get to the stage where, I know we do it, they're real. You sort of then start to doubt everybody.
Yeah, I mean, right now I don't know what's real and what's not. She's like licking my feet.
And stick to dogs and cats.
She's trying to focus, like licking my toes. No, I really hope at some point. The only real answer here is just common sense more often. That's
it is,
because there's nothing else is going to change. Like it's very clear that Facebook and Instagram are not going to take the necessary steps to make sure this doesn't happen. I've reached out to Instagram, I think, 10 or 15 times requesting to be verified, and they never verify me. And I tell them what always gives you this thing to like give a reason why you should be verified. And I have thousands of profiles using my pictures every month. And that's why I want to be verified, and they just never respond to me. So it's like
it's the same with us. I am registered as Scam Haters United with Facebook. They've got everything about me. Honestly, they've got every bit of information about me to verify. This was a few years ago now, but to verify it, and they won't verify my accounts. So they know everything about me. They know who I am. And do you know what they say to me? Oh, get a bit more media coverage.
Yeah,
that's not going to prove it's me.
Right now, the media could care, like Facebook and Instagram. They're all a part of the mainstream media, and they could really care less about issues like this.
No,
they're set to divide everybody right now and make everyone scared, whether it's talking about COVID or race relations. The media is literally set to divide people. But if they would take focus on real issues like this, they could save a lot of.
I think if they started on real issues like this, they would get a shock how many people would respond to them.
What were you saying?
We're going to have to move again.
What?
I think if the media started an issue like this, they would get a shock on the response they'd get from people. Because, they talk about things they think people are interested in. As you said, they like to scare people, they like to do things. But they totally underestimate the size of the scammer problem.
Oh, the scammer thing I think that's a bigger issue than anything else we have going in the world. I mean, there is literally, like, scamming goes from these love type scammers to people that act like they're the Internal Revenue Service to steal your money. Hey,
Let,
like
yeah.
I'm trying to get my.
One day I'll explain business email compromise to you. You'd be shocked. And
Yeah,
that is the same people.
I don't know how it is in the UK, but like we have the
Same.
IRS here, which I'm sure you're aware of,
Mm-hmm.
which is our like tax service, our taxes, and basically like every year tax time there is so many scams that happen, and people fall for those too. So I mean, I'm beginning to think that Nigeria be blown off the face of the earth, but I'm sure that there's got to be some good people there. I can't say that,
Well,
but
they keep telling you there are but yeah, I mean we know romance scam victims where the scammers have filled in their tax returns for them and got the money.
yeah,
We know of scam romance scam victims where they filed unemployment claims in 7 different states and got the money to come to them, and then said to the woman, pass it on to me or make me an account and pass it on to me.
yeah,
So
it's
they're into everything, and people, and if the media pick this up and run with what they are into and everything that's into, they'd be shocked. They really would, and
yeah,
they'd get a good response back from the public.
yeah. I really wish that they would do something, but I've began to be pretty hopeless on the media helping.
Well,
So
it's
at
not
this point,
glamorous enough, is it? Really?
yeah, at this point, I really just hope that there's a lot more groups that do what you do, and
Need
maybe
lots.
maybe eventually we can reach enough people. But as of right now, I mean, there's still women every single day that think I'm somewhere else and I'm somebody else. So I just
And
don't.
and you know,
I don't see that
it's
stuff.
it's wrong that it's affecting you so much.
Yeah, I've been having some serious panic attacks, and I don't. It's not 100% due to that, but it definitely contributes to it. I've been in the hospital a lot the past month. I just start feeling like really lightheaded and like my heart's racing. I just feel like I'm about to pass out and like I can't breathe. It gets really intense, and so I actually had to delete Instagram for about 5 days just so I could have a
Yeah,
week just like not seeing these messages come in,
yeah,
just kind of taking a break from even knowing that it's happening. And it sucks that I had to do that, but I mean it really gave somewhat of a sense of relaxation for a few days.
do you know when we first started to do this? I'm going back 6, 7, 8 years. But when we first started to do this, women would never contact the men. They never would. It's something that has come up in the last couple of years. It's something that never used to happen. Let's face it. If you were scammed using Tom Cruise, would you try and get in touch with him? The scam's got nothing to do with you. You were just the pictures. You
Yep.
know.
And like, it's just like this year. Sorry.
That usually happens to me.
I uh I want to do some traveling, so I'm really
Keep
trying.
with it.
Yeah, I'm really trying to just kind of think about areas to go that I haven't been told. Like I'm all over the internet there because I really don't want to have to be like find or like trying to finally relax mentally. I got like somebody coming up like, hey, guy talking
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
I mean, so I had somebody that my pictures are being used on a gay dating website, and I'm 100%. So I got gay that are seeing
Grinder. You've
photos.
been on Grinder, but I've
Yeah,
defended you. You're fine.
yeah. So my photos are being used on a gay website, and I'm not even straight. Like my pictures. It's crazy.
It is crazy. Can I play grandma for a couple of minutes? Will you mind what you're doing? You be very, very careful on that motorbike because it's a beast.
Yeah, it is. I love
It
it.
is.
I love from it. So like
I was very worried when I saw it.
yeah. Well, that's my third bike. So I like I like going 170 miles an hour,
They,
which
you shouldn't have told me that.
that's about like 300 kilometers. now you're at. So I just like the adrenaline, and I figure like if I die that way, it'll be real quick. I won't, but like so many other more painful and drawn out ways you
No, no,
die.
no. It would be quick. It would be quick. You know. But
I mean,
what would the
obviously,
dogs and cats do if you crash that bike?
well, that's what I'm saying. So every day when I do ride, I always know, like I gotta make it. So I try my hard to ride like that, but every now and then when the highway's wide open, I definitely get on. But they're like they're rocking the road. Anything happens. So I definitely I take a couple months off. I really need to focus on my mental health for a while. So,
Well, you just be careful.
yeah, I found a therapist.
Stop being grandma now.
I finally found a therapist. So I start seeing her this summer.
Move around again. It's go. I don't know what's wrong with you. It just keeps coming. Could you know? So yeah. You finally found something this week.
A therapist.
Oh, good, good.
I've been looking for one for years, and I finally found one that
That you
works.
can relate to.
Yeah, and that works with my insurance, and I'm going to try to get to the root of why I'm having these severe panic attacks to where I hospital. But basically, I'm being treated for Xanax, which is alprazolam or alprazolam. It's a benzo, but
Yeah.
I take a low dosage of it daily. I have to take it daily because if I don't, I won't leave the house. I mean, I'm just
Well, I was going to say, once you start to take it, you need that little top up, don't you? To
well, it's not that like I feel any kind of buzz off of it or
no, no,
anything.
no, but to keep you calm.
Yeah, it literally like keeps me from having panic attacks, and
Yeah.
so I just feel like until I get my mental health kind of squared away, I don't know how I could really solve these issues without it. But that's why
Oh,
I'm see a therapist. So
I'm glad. I'm glad. Tell him
I,
all about this as well.
yeah, and I'm hoping they give me coping mechanisms and ways that I can deal with the anxiety when it comes on, so that I don't feel like I have to take the medicine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I mean, it was best if you didn't have to. You
Yeah,
take it to help you cope. And it's
yeah.
quite difficult to come off these things. Believe me, I've done it.
Oh yeah,
Um,
like so my doctor, like I've expressed with him that he knows I'm like very scared of pills.
yeah,
And so like I'm prescribed a low dosage already, but I usually break them in half just
yeah,
because I'm scared to take the whole pill, and it's not even a lot, like it's a point 0.5, so it's a low
yeah.
dosage, but I'm still scared to take a whole one at once just because I'm scared of pills. So I've the 2 years I've been on it, I've never developed a tolerance.
Yeah.
I've never had to get it increased. So my doctor, he said if these are helping me manage life right now, and I'm able to go to work and do what I just
Mm.
survive, it the risk or no, the benefits are outweighing the risk
Yeah.
at this moment.
Yeah. Because you don't feel as if you need to increase it.
No, and then if I felt the need that I really needed to increase it, that's when I would have a problem developing. But
Yes, you would.
but right now, I've been able to stay on the same dosage for three
Yeah.
years,
Yeah.
and but it keeps me to where I can go work and and feel like I'm normal to an extent.
Yeah, and cope with the day, really, isn't it?
Yeah, so the scam thing, I just think it's never going to end, and I really just hope that at some point, common sense. That's all I can say.
Look, send all these women to us. We always say that to people. Just don't start with them.
I began to not even reply to women's messages
No,
anymore. I don't even reply because I have so many message requests in my folder that are like sending me pictures of profiles and asking me, "Is this you? Do you have profiles?" I mean, I don't even respond to that anymore. I can't stand it. So
well, if I was talking to somebody and I had to send them a picture and say, "Is this you?" I just realised it wasn't them. wouldn't be. And I, you know, I say this every time, Jacob, and I mean it. You'd be a pretty bad damn scammer if you're using your own pictures.
Right.
Because if you're going to steal money from somebody and you're using your own pictures, you'd be arrested in a day.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I just am worried. Like, I even called my local department when this all started and told them about what was going on. And I asked them, like, what if, like, one of these scammers does something to one of these women using my photos? And they said, well, you know, as long as, you know, you don't have anything in your phone related to that, fine.
Yeah.
So once they told me that, I wasn't worried because they would never find any contact between me person in my phone.
Yeah.
So,
well, and they do. That's the first thing they do. They take your phone off and they look for the proof.
Yeah.
And they could do that with you every day of the week.
Right. I mean,
there'd never be any proof. So
yeah, they could monitor my phone without me knowing if they want to. The government has power to do any of that. So, I just wish that. I hope at some point Catfish will reconsider and take this up.
Yeah. So
they have such a following, and I just
and it's national. It's international, but mainly for your sake.
Yeah.
It's national. It's not just local, and that's what you need. Have you tried sort of the local news people to see if they would be interested?
Yeah. So I have a friend that is a anchor for 2 News, which is the local news here in St. Louis. I haven't reached out to him about it yet, but I just.
It's a good start because then Catfish might, you know. Hey, come on, Jacob. I've been on the local news in Wisconsin about this.
I just don't know how many. It's like a local news station for St. Louis, so it wouldn't be like Catfish or watch it.
That's what you need. You need the national, don't you?
Yeah, that's the only way to address it, really, because like the local news could talk about it, but that would just affect people that live in my area, which are not typically getting scammed anyway, because they know who I am, the ones in my local area.
Yeah, you need everything from Hawaii to Florida, really, don't you, to cover everybody?
Yeah, it's sad. But.
Well, ladies, we all need to petition Catfish to have Jacob on.
Yeah, we'll talk more soon, and I'll let you get to bed. I know it's late where you're at.
No, I wasn't going to bed. At night I have a gin and tonic.
Oh, okay. I know it's like 11:15 where you're at.
It is. Oh, I go to bed late. I've got a witching hour. So yeah. So thank you for being so brave and so honest to come on and tell everybody.
Yeah.
And you know, I just wish we could do more. I really do.
Well, hopefully things will change here in the future. We'll see what happens. But I appreciate the help.
Yeah. Well, anytime. You know where we are. We very easy to get in contact with.
Yeah.
Always somebody around, so you know where we are. So
yeah,
take care.
We'll do another one soon.
Yeah, anytime.
All right. Well, good night.
You be careful.
You too.
Thanks, bye. Jacob. Good night. Oh well, good afternoon.
You know
good night. Bye now.